that.
Yeah, we will, inshallah. So the class is being recorded as always. The class is being recorded. And it's me again, Dr. Sameh Abdel Jalil, and I'm teaching you, of course, EL111. Okay, so let me share the course page, the LMS course page with you, and see what changes I effected over there. So, yes, that's okay. So is it shared now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so what we have on the page, we have, of course, the course coordinator. This is me, Dr. Sameh Abdel Jalil, and this is my email. You already have it. Okay, let me just, perhaps this is another point of order. If you would like me to answer you, I mean, whenever you send a message, an email, I would like you to keep them within social hours. Social hours means that you don't send me an email at perhaps 1 a.m. and expect me to answer you. And if I don't reply, you feel sad and you feel bad about it. And it means that I'm not doing a good job, I'm not responding, I'm not reacting. Okay, so keep them social. Social means that it's you have between 9 a.m. and 4 or 5 p.m. After that, if you send an email, I'm not going to immediately reply to you because I have other concerns and other engagements. Okay. Okay. What do we have after that? We have the schedule and the class links. This applies to all the classes. And by the way, this is an open invitation. You can always attend with me as my class students, and you can always try your luck with other tutors. The links are open. All you need to do is to press a link and you are on your way. You go to the other classes. We have 20, including this class, you have 24 classes. Can you imagine? You can always, if you're interested and if you have the time and you want to improve perhaps quickly, you can always try other classes. I mean, they can enhance the experience, improve your level of English. So you have the time of the class, you have the class number, the day, you have the time of the class, the tutor, and you have the link. Once you press here, you go to the class, but only on the day of the class and at the time of the class. Okay, so for example, today is obviously not Sunday, so if you click the class, let me finish, please. Let me finish. Okay, so if you press the link today, for example, it's not going to get you anywhere because the class is on Sunday. And like I said, it's every other week. And you need to check the week. Okay, is it week 1, which is already gone, or is it week 3 or week 5? Okay, because people don't work on even weeks. Okay, so if you check the class this week for the other teachers, it wouldn't get you anywhere because they teach on odd weeks. Odd weeks means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Okay, so these, like I said, these are all the links that you have to the different classes of the different tutors. See how many classes you guys have. You can always try your luck and go and listen again to whatever is being said. You can be part of the conversation. It's amazing that you have so many classes and you have open access to any of them. Nobody's going to ask you whether you belong to Dr. Sameh's class or Ms. Arija's class. All classes are open for everyone. Okay. And then we move here where we have the course calendar and basic schedule. If we kind of press it, it will download. let me check whether it will open and whether you guys will see it or not. I'm just waiting for it to download so that it can easily open. Okay, can you see that? Can you see this timetable? It's a timetable.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, good. So what we have on this timetable, it's a calendar. A calendar is more or less like a roadmap. It guides you through the course. It gets you from one week to another and what is being taught on a certain week and when the exams are and stuff like that. If you move, I'm interested in week 5 because in week 5 we will have quiz 1. And quiz 1 is going to cover theme 1 and it's going to have reading, grammar, and vocab. Okay, and it's out of perhaps 13 or something. Okay, and I'm also interested in week 9 where we will have our second quiz and it's going to cover themes 2 and 3 and we'll have the same exam items or sections. You will have reading, grammar, and vocabulary. And then we go all the way to week 13 where we will have quiz 3 or the TMA. It's, we use the word with quiz 3 we use the word quiz or we use the word TMA. We use them interchangeably where we will cover themes 1, 2, 3, and 4 and it's going to be out of 20. We will have an essay writing exercise and we will also have a text to edit. A text to edit means that you'll have perhaps a paragraph and it is or it has a number of errors and mistakes that you need to detect. You detect the errors and then correct them. And then we go to the final. If everybody else can see the surah, it means that you have a problem. Can everybody? Okay.
No, doctor, for interruption, but no one can see anything.
Well, which is very strange because I asked you and said you can see it.
Yes,
Yeah, but actually,
I can see.
no one can see.
You can see the table. I have a table in front of my eyes and it is in green. Can you see that?
No, doctor. I think just one student can see that.
I can see it.
The screen has space. Right. Let me. Okay. Right. Let me see.
Doctor, like I can't see team 1 listening, team 1 speaking.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm having in front of my eyes. So you can see. I mean, everybody else cannot see that.
Doctor,
I think most of us can see.
Yes.
Watch videos, theme one, speaking, reading, writing.
No, this is not. I mean, actually, I pressed a link and it took me to the course calendar, which is fine, no problem. Okay. So what I need to do now is I need perhaps, if I'm talking about the course calendar, I think I would have to go all the way to the, where is that? Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to perhaps drop that and share the course calendar. Okay, where is that? I think I have to open it somehow. Just give me a second, everyone. Yes. Yeah, I think you can see it now.
Yes, we
Now
can,
we
doctor.
can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, good. Okay, it's a table that you're having, everyone, and this is the course calendar. And these are the weeks, okay? So we have, how many weeks? We have between 14 and perhaps 16 or 15 weeks. But the weeks that we have are limited because this is a bi-weekly class. Bi-weekly means that people meet every other week, like I explained a couple of minutes ago. It means that we're meeting in week 1 and then we skip week 2, and then we go to week 3 and meet, and then we meet on week 5, and so on. I made it clear that if it's bi-weekly, it means that you don't expect your teachers to teach you every week. But our class is taught, my class, this is 1312 is taught every week, okay? Anyway, so what we have, I'm now interested, like I said, in the quizzes and the exams that we will have. If you go all the way to week 5, you will have quiz 1, and quiz 1 is going to address or cover theme 1, and like I said, it's in week 5, and the the components or the exam sections will be reading, grammar, and vocabulary. And this is going to be out of perhaps 13 or something. Okay, and then we move all the way to week 9, where we will have quiz 2, and it's going to cover theme 2 and 3. And it's going to have reading, grammar, and vocabulary, and it's also out of another 12.5, perhaps more than that if we don't have attendance and participation marks. And then we go to the quiz 3, and sometimes we call quiz 3, we call it an in-class TMA. And this is going to be in week 13, and it's going to be made up of essay writing and text editing. I spoke about text editing, and I said text editing means that we'll give you a text that you edit. Edit means that you detect the errors and correct them. This is going to be out of 20, inshallah. And then we go to the final exam, which is between week 14 and week 15. And it's going to cover the 5 themes that we have. It's out of 50. And whether it's going to be conducted in on campus in the university or not, this remains to be seen. Perhaps towards the end of the course, we can always share this piece of information if it's confirmed. Sure. So again, this is the assessment plan, where you have quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, and then the final exam. Okay, is that clear for everyone?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't have a listening test.
We don't have what? Excuse me.
A listening test or something.
No, we don't have listening tests. We don't have speaking tests either. The focus is on reading and writing. Does it mean that we ignore or neglect listening and speaking? Of course not. They are part and parcel of the learning process when it comes to learning languages. Okay, so we are all...
Doctor, please, can you send the assessment plan to our emails?
That's a good question. And I'll answer this question by showing you where it is. Actually, it is on... can you see that? Can you see... it is on LMS. So all you need to do is to go to the LMS, and you'll find it there. We are now on the LMS. Can you see the LMS now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go down, when you scroll down, okay, can you see this?
Yes, doctor.
Can you read it out loud?
Yes,
Course
we can.
calendar and practice schedule.
And a pacing schedule. This is the one that you're asking about. Okay. All you need to do is to press it, and it's going to download. Okay.
Thank you so much, doctor.
You're welcome. Let's move on the page. We're still on the LMS page, where you also have the course book. I have the course book. If you press it, it will also download. And then the course videos. These are well-made videos, videos that we developed over the years, and I would like you to take advantage of them. They are really valuable, and they are going to help you a great deal. So every couple of weeks, I am going to post a theme. I mean, the videos of the theme. If we finish theme one, you will have all the videos, whether they're listening, the listening part, speaking part, reading, or writing part. I'm inviting you to take full advantage of them. They are really well developed, and they can give you insights into what is happening in class. So make sure you see them or you watch them, because they complement the efforts that we start in class. Obviously, our class time is very limited, and unless we think of other ways as how we can improve and enhance our language learning experience, it would be difficult. Okay. I started something, and I think you will feel interesting. There is a TV series. It is the production is a little bit perhaps old. This is a 1970 something program or TV show. It's called Mind Your Language. It's like a serial where you have people like us coming from different parts of the world, and they are learning English. They are dealing with English as a second language, and they have, of course, a teacher, and they make all types of language errors and mistakes, but in a very funny way. So what are we going to do? We're going to watch them for the entertainment and the amusement that they bring, and also we're going to also stop at the errors and correct them. So it has a double purpose, if you like. One purpose would be to amuse you, to entertain you, because it's very funny. And the other part is educational, where you will they are going to develop your sensitivities to errors. You're going to hear all types of errors, and you detect them and you try to correct them. Okay, I'll open it and see whether it will open. You will see it or not. So, like I said, the series is called Mind Your Language. Okay, well, let me. Can you see that?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, we can.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, we can.
Okay. We'll give you a minute. We're going to only watch for a minute and then see. And see how funny it is. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it very much.
Let's go, doctor.
ما في صوت عندي. دكتور يعلق الفيديو.
عندي ما في صوت ويعلق.
Okay, so what's happening? I stopped the recording. What's happening?
There's no sound, doctor.
What? Were you able to watch?
It's cutting sometimes.
الصوت متأخر عن الصوت.
Okay, so
It's lagging and we cannot hear nothing.
okay, no problem. At least you got the point. Okay, you will have that, like I said, on LMS. Let me go to LMS again, And I would like you to listen to that from the convenience of your homes. Okay, so all you need to do is to click here. Can you see Mind Your Language? Can you see that?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
doctor.
Okay, so like I
Yes,
said, you all you need to do is to press it, and it will
Now?
take you. No, not now, not now. But you got the idea, right? Again, it's very funny and it's also very educational. Okay, so this can be what we call food for thought. Okay, perhaps next time, not next time because we meet on the WhatsApp group that we have. We can talk about the errors, and you guys recommend and suggest, for example, solutions for the error. Okay, so it's funny and it's very interesting. Okay,
Doctor, I have a question. May I ask?
You have what?
Question, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, regarding the course book link, which is below the Mind Your Language, it's not working.
Yeah, it's not working because it has been there for perhaps 2 years now. Obviously, they have updated the website, but you wouldn't need that here. What's your name? I'm sorry.
My name Marwan.
Marwan, you have the course. I mean, they have sent you. I'm sure you have sent you the book code. You have a code to the book.
Yeah, well, this is the workbook. Where I'm asking about the course book, which has the practicing and all these questions.
This is the book. I made sure I uploaded the book. This is the book. Okay, this is the book. Can you see the link to the book?
Yeah. I know this. I can see that, and I have it already. I'm asking about the course book, which has the one with all the questions and the practicing.
You don't. I'm sorry. You don't have that. Let me ask you. You don't have that through the code that was given to you.
Yeah, I have it. This is the question itself. This is the book itself.
Oh, you don't. Again, you don't have access to the workbook through the code that they have sent you.
I have.
طيب ايه المشكلة؟
I'm asking about the book that they have all the questions, the practicing questions. It's in the same book. It's in the same book.
When they sent you the code, the book code, they sent you a code that should have the book and its workbook. Do you have that or you don't have that?
No, because when I enter it directly, it comes to the workbook directly. I didn't see the course book, which has all the
I'm
questions.
sure you will have it. I'm sure you will have it. And like I said, I mean, you have all the other resources on the course page. Anyway, you're welcome. Okay, and also these are when you check here, you will have the pages of every and each theme. We have had them screenshotted, and we have taken them and we put them in a PowerPoint presentation. So you can always have access to parts of the book, every and each theme. Anyway, this has been much. We've been talking about procedural issues for quite some time. I think it's high time that we moved to the book and started, what we're supposed to finish today, inshallah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'll go to the book and I'll share the book with you. So hopefully it is shareable. Okay, so this is the book. Can you see the book now? I think you can, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's progressive skills in English. So I'm not going to repeat what I said about what it means to have a title like this. We spoke about what progressive means and what skills are, and we made this distinction between skills and talents, right? And we said that skills are things that you develop, abilities and competencies that you can develop by perhaps practicing. And spoke about talents, and we said that talents are gifts from God. From God, I'm sorry. Where when you spoke about perhaps writing, when people write creatively, write novels or plays. This is a talent. This is a gift, but driving a car is a skill, if you still remember, right? We said that perhaps teaching English is a gift. You have to be gifted. And it can also be a skill where you enhance the gift, you practice, you talk to people, nice people like you, and then you develop it, and it becomes a skill. Anyway, we made also an inventory of the skills that we have. Remember last time we had people have amazing skills. I mean, we had people who told us that they published. Somebody is using the mic. Please mute your mic. Okay, so we made an inventory of the skills that we have in class, and we also made an inventory of the talents that we have. Some of the brilliant talents that we have was that somebody told us that he can sing. I think that we have a nice guy from Sudan, and he said that he can sing, right?
Yes, that's me. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Ibrahim.
Ibrahim has this gift or talent. He can sing. We also have a writer, a published writer, somebody who wrote a book. This is also a talent or a gift. As for the skills, I think we have many skills around. I'm sure lots of you know how to drive, and this is a skill in and of itself. Some of you know how to communicate ideas, and this is a skill in and of itself, right? So we will have time where people can actually show us their skills, but at least not today, because we are perhaps behind in terms of ideas. Okay, remember we spoke about the 5 themes, and I told you that the word theme means unit or chapter. In other books, we're using those traditional labels. We're using unit or chapter, but this time around, and in this book, we're using the word theme, and theme means a chapter or a unit. So how many themes do we have? We have 5 themes, and we have gone through them. So the first theme that we're dealing with is titled Culture and Civilization, right? The second one would be technology. The third one is news and media. The fourth is sports and leisure, and the fifth would be nutrition and health. So 5 themes, when you look at them, you're going to find that they are very engaging and very interesting, and they are also very relatable. Relatable means that they relate to you. They are part of your daily and weekly engagements. When you talk about technology, who is not using technology? Everybody uses technology nowadays. When we talk about news and the media, we're part and perhaps parcel of news and media. We listen to the news. We use media. We have this heavy exposure to the media, which sometimes becomes a problem. Then sports, of course, we are all sports fans, and each one of us has his own, sport and people that he support in this type of sport. Leisure means that free time. What is it that people do in their free time? And then nutrition and health. People talk about health, and they are also concerned with and about their health. People go on diets, on a diet. They look for food that is nutritious and that is healthy and all these kind. So as you can see, the 5 themes are very relatable and are very interesting. Okay, so what is it that we're having today? We're having theme 1. We already spoke about some issues as far as theme 1 is concerned. Again, theme 1 is culture and civilization. And before the theme, you have an image or a picture. And like they say, an image or a picture is worth 1,000 words. It can tell you a great deal about what is ahead. So we looked at the picture last time, if you still remember, and we said that whenever we talk about an image or a picture, we have a style. This is at least how I look at pictures. When I have a photo or a picture or an image, I check whether it's an image or a picture of people, places, things, or animals. And then I look at the age group. If it's a picture of people, I look at whether the people in the picture are, kids or young adults or teenagers, young adults, or elderly people, and what mood they have. Does the picture reflect or communicate, happy mood, sad mood, and stuff like that. So as you can see, if you look at the picture, it's a picture of what? People, places, things, or animals. What do you think? Absolutely, people. Okay, and what kind of mood do we have of these people?
They are happy or celebrating.
Absolutely. This is, very, very good. It's mutual micros. They are obviously in a celebrating mood. They are all happy. So what age group are they? Let me give you the choices. Are they kids, teenagers, young adults, or elderly? What do you think? So what age group are they? They are young adults. Very good. Okay, nice. And I think you agree with me that they are obviously, somebody said that they are celebrating something, right? They are marking an occasion, right?
Yes.
So the occasion is obviously a happy one, right? Because they are all having this big smile on their faces. So can you recognize the nationality or the culture? Now,
Japanese.
They are Asians.
wait. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. Yes.
الصفحات هذه أخذناها الأسبوع
ماشي، احنا بنتكلم هو الدراسة هي كلها، بس بنتكلم عليها بشكل مختلف. يا what's your name؟ يعني it's not about covering pages, we're saying new stuff. I want people to get engaged in the conversation. Okay, so we're dealing with the picture. Every time you meet something that you have done, you're going to discover that we're talking about in a different way. Don't worry about where we are. Okay, just be part of the conversation. If you have something to say, go ahead. Okay. So again, I was talking about the occasion, and I said it's obviously a happy occasion. And people are marking something, and this is what we're going to discover when we proceed with the theme. Okay, so my other question was about the idea of recognizing, and I spoke about recognition before. Recognize is to say, yes, I know something. So when you have seen me on cam, for example. When you if I walk down the street and you happen to be there, you're going to say, I recognize this guy. This guy is Dr. Sam. He taught us before. So recognition is about saying that you know something or someone. Okay. So if you don't see me, for example, and I'm speaking somewhere, you can recognize my voice. You say, this is the voice of Dr. Sam. He has taught us in 2021 at the Arab Open University. Okay, so what else do people recognize? You recognize voices, you recognize images and people and pictures, right? You recognize handwriting. Okay, so if I show you the handwriting of a number of people, and one of them happens to be the handwriting of your father, you say, I can recognize this handwriting. This handwriting is the handwriting of my father, and so on. So can you recognize this culture?
Yes.
Yeah.
They look like they are Asians culture.
Excellent. Yeah. So we can recognize the culture. They look Asian.
Japanese.
They could be Japanese,
Eastern
Korean. Yeah. Okay. Let's go down. Okay. So one big idea that we're going to handle or talk about will be the idea of culture. Okay. And I asked you this question before, whether we have one single culture in the world or we have different cultures. What do you think?
Different cultures.
Different
Absolutely.
cultures.
Excellent. Excellent. So
Yeah,
many.
different.
Yes. Yeah, we have perhaps the Arab culture, the Muslim culture, you have the Asian culture, I mean East Asian culture, you would have European culture. Yes. So culture would be the set of beliefs and traditions and arts that a group of people have, right? So as Arabs with Arab culture, we have our own sets of beliefs, whether they are religious, whether they are artistic, traditional, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what do you think can bind or tie all the cultures together? What aspect of life do you think applies to all cultures?
Religion, religious.
But we have different religions.
Traditions.
Right? Tradition. We have different religions in different cultures. I mean, give me an aspect of culture. Perhaps we all dance to the tune of certain music. Certain music can be universal. Universal means that you can have it here in Saudi Arabia, and you can also have it in the West or in the East, right? So certain, let's say pop music, for example. I think it is universal. Universal means that it is not limited to one culture. What else do you think is, universal? What do you think of football, for example?
It's universal.
Yeah, it's part of the culture, and it binds all the cultures, right, together, right? Can you think of other universal aspects of culture? Okay. Yes, drinking coffee, yes, can be drinking tea, يعني أسهل, right? يعني tea is even less expensive than coffee, but can bind all the peoples of the world together, right? Okay. Let's talk. I'll give you some cultural things, and I would like you to tell me whether they are universal or not. When I talk about Ramadan in Muslim culture, is it universal?
No, it's not universal.
No, it's not, because it is exclusive. Yeah, excellent. Okay. Wait. Somebody is having her or his mic on, which is a little bit irritating. Can we mute our mics, everyone? Okay. When we talk about the idea of coming of age in a certain culture, coming of age means when people become mature, when they reach the age of responsibility, when they can be held accountable for their actions, when they can have their independence, whether this independence is financial or otherwise.
This is universal.
Yeah, the idea of coming of age is universal, but the age itself, the mark that you have to hit in order to come of age, it would differ, right? In our Muslim culture, I think reaching the age of perhaps 18. In Asia, I think it would be perhaps earlier than that. In the US, I think it would be perhaps earlier, right? So coming of age in and of itself is universal, but when people come of age would be the difference, right? Sorry. In some cultures, they celebrate coming of age. They mark this occasion. Market means that they stop on a certain day and say, listen, we're going to have a party marking the occasion. Do we have that in our Muslim or Arab culture? Do we celebrate?
No.
No, we don't have.
No.
Yes. But do you know of other cultures that do that?
Yes, Japan.
Japanese culture do that.
Yeah, in Japanese culture, for example. Okay. 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 Another aspect of culture would be festivals. Do you think festivals is universal or specific to certain cultures?
Yes, universal.
Absolutely, yes. All
Yes,
cultures,
universal.
yeah, very good. All cultures have festivals, right? And festivals are happy or sad occasions. What do you think?
Happy
Happy.
occasions.
Happy.
It's happy.
Yeah, happy. Do we have festivals in our
Of course, yes.
Arab? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Can we share some of these? I mean, we come from different countries. I'm sure we have people who are. Of course, we have people from Saudi Arabia. We have people from Lebanon. يا جماعة لو سمحتوا, please mute your mics. It's very disruptive, and I have a line of thought that I'm trying to develop and follow. So if there is disruption, it becomes very irritating. Kindly mute your mics. Okay, so again, I'm talking about festivals in our Arab basin, if you like, in our Arab country, and I'm saying that the class is, mashallah, is multicultural. Multicultural means that we have people from different Arab and Muslim countries. We have people from Lebanon, from Saudi Arabia, from perhaps Egypt, from Jordan, right? So we have different festivals, right? Let's start with Saudi Arabia. What festivals do you guys have? Janadriya is a festival.
Summer.
What?
Summer.
Yeah, in summer we now have summer festivals, right? Yeah. There was this festival, and I think it will get repeated every year. It's called the Ulayas, right? They are having something in the Ulaya area where people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Al-Ula.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Also, there is a historical festival.
Yes. Let's move to other countries. I think we would more or less consider religious occasions as perhaps festivals, because people have fun, they dress in their best, they eat in their best, they go out and reach out to other people. But you can think of Ramadan, you can think of the two Eids and all these kinds of things. You can think of some countries has what they call Independence Day, when they got independent from occupying countries. Okay, can we have other festivals in other countries?
In Syria, we have the Damascus International Film Festival. It's a festival about cinematic things and films.
MashaAllah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's international. I wrote about it in our paragraph.
Okay, that's interesting. So what's your name?
My name is Marwan.
Marwan. Okay, thank you, Marwan, for the information. Okay, so obviously when you have festivals, you have fireworks, you have all types of decorations and preparations so that the festival become successful, right? And it differs from one country to another. They use different ways as how they can show their happiness and how they can celebrate. And then like I said, this is all celebration. Okay, so coming of age, everyone. Remember we last time we spoke about remember these people, and I asked you whether they belong to one culture or different cultures, and you said that we have different web cultures, right? And my question again is about recognition. Can you recognize any of the cultures in this in a set of pictures. Hello.
We can recognize the Jewish culture here.
Yeah, we have a Jewish culture. What else? Or where else?
Maybe Muslim
Hindu culture.
Christian culture.
Christian culture.
Hindu culture.
And yeah, Indian or ancient Indian culture. I mean, you're referring to the Red Indians or to the Indians in general?
Indians in general.
Yeah, 7, right? We have Indian culture.
Yes.
We also have African culture. If you move to 9, right? Can you see that? In 9, you have both African and Christian culture, because obviously they are doing something religious, which is called baptism. Baptism is a Christian, aspect. Okay. Anyway, okay. So these are when you have a festival, when you have an occasion, and it is dear and near to the people of a certain culture, they give a party, but normally they don't call the party that they gave a party. They call it a ceremony, because it's something very dear and near to their hearts. And the word ceremony has those religious associations to it. Remember, for example, when you, inshallah, graduate, you will have a graduation ceremony. It's a party where you and, of course, we celebrate the occasion, and we normally have people getting together, and they talk, and they refer back to memories that they have and stuff like that. Okay. And whenever we talk about festivals and whenever we talk about ceremonies, we talk about the rituals involved. Rituals are a number of steps or a number of stages that people take repeatedly whenever the occasion takes place, whenever the event takes place. These are called rituals. If we talk about what? If we talk about the Ganadiriya festival, you will have a number of rituals where, perhaps if it lasts or stays for 3 days, on the first day they do something, on the second day they do something else, and on the third day they do a different thing. These are called rituals. And you can also
Sorry for interruption, Doctor.
Yes, okay.
But may I ask you what the difference between events and festivals?
Festivals are events. The word event is perhaps more general. What's your name? Marwan, right?
Yes, I'm Marwan.
Okay, so Marwan, the word event is perhaps more general, and under event you can include a festival. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
clear.
So the festival is an event because it's normally when you talk about an event, you talk about time and place. Okay. And under the different events, you can have festivals, you can have other occasions. And coming back to the idea of rituals, we said that rituals are steps and stages of something or within something. If we talk, for example, about the Jum'ah prayers, for example, we know the steps people have to they go and wash, and then after that they go to the mosque and they stay in the mosque for some time. And part of the ritual would be to listen to the sermon or the Jum'ah sermon. And then they rise up in order to pray, and then after they pray, perhaps they stay and do additional praying, and then they go out. These are called rituals. Can we change them? Can I go to the mosque and then instead of perhaps praying, having 2 prayers, I have 4 prayers in a Jum'ah prayer? Is that acceptable?
No.
No, it's not.
No, because part of the ritual would be for you to pray, twice or 2 prayers. Okay, the same applies to, for example, Umrah or Al-Hajj. When you go to Umrah, can you come up with your own rituals?
No, we can't.
Of course not.
For sure we can't.
Of course not, yeah. But this is what the word rituals mean. Tuqus, they call it tuqus. And tuqus are normally not negotiable. Negotiable means that you don't say, listen, I'm going to do it this way, this time, and perhaps next time. No. During Ramadan, part of the ritual would be for you to stop eating and drinking from sunrise until sundown, right? Can you change that?
We can't change.
No, we can't.
This is not negotiable. If it's about something that you cannot change, we say that it's not negotiable. غير قابل للتفاوض. And rituals are not negotiable. Okay. Okay, remember the last part that we stopped on or at was about Jury Taku, and Jury Taku, if you still remember, was a student of anthropology, and she was giving a presentation about a festival in Japan. You still remember that? Okay, so if it's a festival, so what comes readily to mind? If people, if I'm telling you that we have a festival in Egypt, for example, so what kind of questions would you ask me as far as this festival is concerned?
What is the festival about?
What is the theme or what is the idea of the festival? Why are they having this festival? What is it that they marking or commemorating, right? What else?
When they do
When
it.
it takes place. Yeah, excellent. When it takes place. Perhaps in June, in July, right? Well, what else?
What happens?
Do you wear
on the
special clothes?
culture?
Excellent. I had 2 people answered, and I ended up forgetting what they said. Come again?
Where?
So somebody was asking about whether we people wear special clothes. Yeah, special clothes. Yes, good. This kind.
And
of
how
question.
is it?
And what happens during
What are the
festival?
activities?
Yeah.
What are the activities? What are the rituals? Can you say what are the rituals? So what is it they do they perhaps prepare special types of food? Excellent, very good. Okay, fine. It is. So let's go to the tape script at the end of the book and see what what's your name again? Jury has to say. I'll go all the way to the end of the book. I think you guys have the book by now, right? Not the book. You have.
Yes, we have.
What looks like in the book, right? Okay. Okay. Can you see that?
What page?
Can you please zoom?
It's at the end. It's at the end of the book, and it's track 1.2. Track 1.2. In my copy, it says 184. 184. If you cannot locate it, you can always look at the screen because I'm sharing the script. Can you see that? I think it's big enough for people to see.
It's obvious.
Yeah. You guys have
Doctor?
perhaps, yes.
In the previous class, we talked about this.
No problem. Yeah. What's your name?
Melissa.
Don't worry. We're dealing with it. Perhaps every time we talk about something, you'll find that we're dealing with it in a different way. what I'm trying to do is that to have you think, to have you participate and be part of the conversation, Melissa. Okay?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. So people are reading. Let me know when you have finished. Perhaps you can say something. Okay. If you're done, indicate so that we can move on. Yeah, somebody is asking about the chat and she would like me to open it, but if I open it, I won't be able to, to look at what people are, because I'm focused on, let me try to open it for everyone. But don't expect me to be able to read it. Can you see the chat now?
No, not yet.
So meeting chat, and then I said hi, and okay. But anyway, I don't think we need the chat now, right? Let's just focus on what we have. So can you still see the book? Okay, so are we going to spend the rest of our lives reading reading the paragraph? No, right?
Finish.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
we finished.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's talk about it. So it's Tushi, everyone. Is it Tushi? Well, I'm pronouncing her name wrongly. Tushi or Turi or what? Okay, so can somebody tell us about this festival? So remember, in terms of when, where, why, what, right? Rituals. Can somebody come to the mic and share insights?
Second Monday on January.
Okay. A point of order, everyone. Whenever you come to the mic, I would like you to identify yourself. Identify yourself means that you say, I am Fulan, and then you are on your way. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Turkey Saleh.
Okay.
The festival will begin on second Monday on January.
Okay.
It's about getting old.
Okay.
Getting
old? Getting old?
Getting adult, I mean.
Yeah, becoming mature and an adult. Yeah, that's interesting. Yes.
Adult.
Okay.
It's talking about that you can do whatever you want. You can vote.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's.
Okay, so you can vote and smoke and
يعني تخرب الدنيا.
not that much.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Turkey. Thank you so much. Can we have somebody else? I mean, perhaps saying the same thing, but perhaps...
Me?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Shadin.
Shadin, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, go ahead.
The festival called Sijin no Hai.
Okay.
It means coming of age.
Okay.
And it started, it's very old. It started at last 800 years ago.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Shadin, thank you very much. Okay, so we're talking, okay, we're talking about a festival that takes place every year, right?
Right.
Okay, when we talk about something that happens you have this sense of every, whether it's every day, every week, every month, right? So what kind of tense are you going to use? And let me give you choices. Should we use present simple? Should we use present progressive or continuous? Should we use the past? What do you think?
It's a present simple.
Yeah. So if I talk about the festival and I say, for example, it takes place on the second week of June, for example, every year. So I'm going to say it takes place. I'm not going to say it is taking place. I'm not going to say it took place because it happens every year, right? So whenever you talk about things that gets repeated, whether weekly or yearly, you normally use present simple, which means that you keep the verb as is. You don't use ing, you don't use ed. Okay, and you either add s if it's he, she, it, or you keep it as is. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, right. So can somebody else come over and talk to us about the festival again?
Here, Doctor.
Okay. Name?
I am Marwan.
Marwan.
It's a Japanese festival.
Oh, it's a
It's
Japanese
called
festival.
Siji no Hai.
Okay.
It's take place every year.
It takes place every year.
Yeah, it takes place every year. It's happened when the young.
It happens. It happened. You
It
mean
happens,
you're talking?
yes.
You're
When they
talking.
turn to 20.
Okay. So it's every year, right?
It's every
So
year.
okay. So you're going to say it happens when, or it takes place when, right? Okay.
Yes, it takes place when young in Japan turn to 20.
Okay.
And they can smoke and can drive and vote.
Okay, interesting. Okay, can we have one more voice?
Here.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Melissa.
Melissa, you have noise in the background. Please control your noise. Okay, go ahead.
What about now?
Okay, talk. Go ahead.
So the boys, the girls, they dress a special dress, and the boys they wear a dark kimono.
Kimono, yes, kimono. Yes.
Yeah, a business suit they wear.
Okay, interesting. Okay, thank
And
you.
after the festival, they go to have a party together. And that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, mute your mic, please. Okay, so let's talk about, Melissa spoke to us. Am I correcting, am I pronouncing your name correctly, Melissa? Are you Melissa or this is?
Yeah, it's right, Melissa.
Melissa, okay. Remember there was, but you were perhaps were not born then, Melissa. If you ask your parents, they are going to tell you that perhaps you're named after one of the characters in a very famous soap opera, American soap opera, by the name of Falcon Crest. where there was this character called Melissa. Anyway, okay, let's talk about the. Do we have people who have more to say? Did we talk about the when of the festival? Did we talk about the where of the festival? Did we talk about the what of the festival? We didn't talk much about the what of the festival. The what of the festival means what happens during the festival. The rituals. Remember the rituals that we spoke about? So who can tell us about the rituals of the festival? Yeah. Who's that?
My name is Amr.
Amr.
The day starts with a ceremony in the local town hall. It's,
Okay.
The town officials give some kind of speeches.
MashaAllah. Okay, excellent.
And they present the boys and the girls with small presents.
That's interesting. Thank you, Amr, so much.
Welcome.
Okay. So like Amr said, we have a number of things that they do. One of them would be to have a government official. Official means somebody who works for the government, and he or she is normally high profile or high ranking individual. I mean, he can be a minister, a deputy minister. He represents the government somehow. He comes over and he gives the boys and the girls gifts and presents, right? Okay. And then what happens after? Yeah, if we have people who would like to share with us. We don't have to have Marwan and Amr and Sameh and Melissa and full stop. And Shaden. We have to have, remember the class is normally, yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Rihan.
Rihan. Go ahead, Rihan.
Yeah, at the end of this ceremony, the adults go to special parties and they spend the night there at a late night. And they go home very late because they become adult. They don't back home early like a children, but they go home as adults. So they go late.
Interesting, Rihan. Thank you so much for those very beautiful insights. Thank you, Rihan. Okay, so it's a nice, obviously, it's a very nice festival where people become mature, or they celebrate becoming mature. Mature people are of two types. They are either mature, and mature does not come with age. It normally comes with perhaps education, behavior, right? So people are either mature, or what would be the opposite of mature?
Childish.
What?
Immature.
Immature.
Okay. So it's M. You add IM. M. Immature. Okay.
Can you please spell it again?
I'm asking about the. We know the word mature, and I'm looking for an antonym. Antonym would be the opposite of a word. And I was asking about the opposite of mature, and people said immature. You add IM. Okay? Like polite, for example. Polite, the opposite would be impolite, where you add IM, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What do we call this part of a word that we add at the beginning of another word? When we have polite and you add M, what do we call this M? Does it have a name in the language? We call it a prefix. So a prefix is an attachment that you add to a word, but not at the end of the word, at the beginning of the word. So mature becomes immature, legal becomes illegal, right? Interesting becomes perhaps uninteresting, right? What do we call the attachment that we add at the end of a word? For example, you say, excellent, we call it suffix. When you have the word hope and you add hopeful, you add hopeless. When you have the word friend, then you add ship and it becomes friendship, right? And these are called suffixes. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. So I need, wait. I need a synonym for the word present. Present here is a noun. Okay, I need a synonym means a word that has the same meaning. So what is a synonym for the word present?
Gift. A gift.
Gift. Excellent. Very good. Nice. Okay, what is so unique? What is so special about the kimonos?
Expensive dresses.
Yeah, excellent. Who's that? Who said that they are very expensive?
Amjad.
Amjad said that they are very expensive. Okay. How did Yuri, or whatever her name is, how did Yuri express that? What did she say, Amjad?
They rent the dresses because it's expensive.
No, I don't want paraphrase. What you're doing is paraphrase. Paraphrase is when you say something in your own words. I would like you to give me the expression that told you that kimonos are very expensive. Remember the line?
The price same the cars.
Yeah. You're not getting my idea. Okay, give me the sentence that told you that kimonos are very expensive. Give me the sentence as is.
People rent
cost
them.
as much as car.
Excellent. Okay, so they usually rent the kimonos because these special dresses can cost as much as a car. Okay, can you imagine that? See how expensive kimonos are, right? And kimonos are exclusive to men or women?
Men and women also.
Both. Here,
unisex.
Here.
Men used to wear it in the old days.
Just women.
Here in the text that we're having, it's only girls, right? Because
the boys
men
used to wear dark kimonos too.
Yeah, because they wear something else, I think. Men or boys suits, right? Yeah, very good.
Men usually wear it dark.
Yes. Yes. Why? Any specific reason?
The boys used to wear dark kimonos.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, perhaps it has something to do with the. Remember those Japanese fighters? What do they call them?
Samurai.
Samurai. Yes, and they're very famous swords, and they move around. Okay, good. So it's very nice, very interesting. Okay, so this obviously sums up the whole idea. We're on still the same page, track 1.3. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, it sums up the whole idea. I would like you to read that. Read it on your own. I'll make it as big as I possibly can. Can you see that? Yeah, go ahead, read it. Read it on your own.
Is it a keyword?
No, it sums up the whole idea. It's obviously the paragraph, but in points. Instead of having a paragraph, you have points. It comes. Yeah, this is actually what you read. I'm sure this is what you read exactly, right? But in points. And instead of having a paragraph, you have points. Okay, done?
Yes.
Done. Okay, interesting, right? So let me ask you about a number of things about it. So by now you know what an official is. Somebody who works in or for the government, and he is normally high ranking, right? Can be a minister or something. Makes a speech. What's a speech?
Talk.
Yeah, it's a talk. It's a talk, but it's normally this talk is written.
Talk about subject.
Prepared word before the ceremony.
Like introductions.
Yeah, very good. So it's like a presentation that somebody is given, but it's he has a script or he has a piece of paper normally, and he reads from it. It's like, if you're familiar with, this was very fresh. Remember when Biden was sworn in the other day and he had to make a speech, right? Sometimes they call it address. He gives a speech or an address where he talks to people, okay? But this is called a speech, and you make a speech. You don't do a speech, okay? Okay. So give me a synonym for the word ceremony. Synonym means a word that has the same meaning.
What?
Ceremony. I need a synonym. Synonym, a word that has the same meaning.
Celebration.
Festival.
More or less, you're close. If you say a party, that would be fine. Ceremony is more or less like a party, but this is an official one. This is a formal one. Formal, رسمية شوية. You can say a graduation party, but it would be more formal if you say a graduation ceremony, right?
Teacher, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Speech, kind of when you write something, making a meeting or speech with your teams or something, or I didn't get it.
Speech is, no, it's on special occasions, somebody comes up with a piece of, perhaps, a piece of paper and he talks to people. It has this high tone to it when you're trying to make people react to what you're saying. Okay. Okay, let's move down. Town hall. I mean, normally, countries and governments have town halls. Town halls are, government premises, government places. Post
like
office.
The White House?
No, town halls are places owned by the government where you can go to it. They can be gathering centers where people can gather and they can have. It's more or less like دور المناسبات, if you're familiar. So each boy and girl receives a present. Give me a synonym for the word present. Synonym.
Wedding.
Like we've said, gift.
A gift. Gift is a synonym, right? Okay. Coming of age is when a child becomes an adult. What's the relationship between child and adult? A relationship of what? Are they synonyms or antonyms? I'm asking.
That the child will be adult one day, someday.
No, this is not my question. What is the relationship? It's a relationship of antonyms or
age. Maybe
antonyms. They are opposites. Very
it's
good.
An age, doctor. It's an age.
Yeah, I know. And I gave you choices. I said, are they synonyms or antonyms?
Yeah, it's antonyms.
And they are antonyms. Very good.
Antonyms.
Yes. What is the relationship between men and women? What's the relation? Is it antonyms or synonyms?
Antonyms.
Antonyms.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, this is a traditional event in Japan. Give me the antonym of traditional.
Untraditional.
The antonym of the word traditional.
Untraditional.
Or when something is traditional, it's a little bit old. What will be the opposite of old?
Something
New.
The future?
New, modern, right? So
Modern, yeah, modern.
things are either traditional or modern, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it's modern.
Yes, okay. So what would be the opposite, or what would be the antonym of local?
Pure.
Foreigner, foreigner.
Local would be, the opposite would be international.
Yes.
International.
Can he be a foreigner?
International.
Yeah, you're close. You're close. Yeah. So local means the opposite of local would be international or global, right? Okay, so I think we're moving towards another festival. Let me go down a bit. I'm hopeful that you're finding it interesting. Just minimize the page. Okay. Okay, these are some words. Let's look at them and see whether do we have any issues with any of them. Can you see the words in the vocabulary box?
Can you make it bigger, please?
Yeah, I will. I sure will. Can you see them now?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. Any issues with any of them? So you attend something. What would be the opposite or the antonym of attend? You're attending a class, and some of us are not
Absent.
attending, are absent, or
Absent.
they obviously.
Yeah, absent.
Okay, attend, and you also have the word miss, right? M-I-S-S. You either attend a class or you miss a class.
Or missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I mean the root.
Attend.
Yeah. No, not miss attend. No. You attend a class or you miss a class. Okay?
Attend for sure.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So we don't have any issues with any of the rest of the words, hopefully.
What's the meaning of anthropology?
Anthropology is the study of humans, how human beings developed. These are different levels of civilization. People started off living in caves, for example, and then over time they started to live in perhaps houses. They started off living, in tribes and clans, and then over time they had communities. They live now in countries. They have citizenships. So this is called human development, and human development is studied in the field of anthropology. Okay.
Thank you.
I need to minimize the page. Yes. Okay. So we have a number of other words, actually. If this is clear to you, we have words like, let me see. You have words like candle, event, government, present, ritual, special, speech, and suit. Do you have any issues with any of these words?
No.
You find, okay, So what would be the collocate of candle? Okay, are you familiar with collocations? You know what collocations are, because we're going to use this word a lot.
No,
Okay.
actually, I don't.
Let me explain what collocation means. Collocations, words in English and in other languages are like human beings. They behave like human beings. How? Human beings have friends, right? You can have a friend. Human beings have also enemies, right? You can have an enemy, somebody that you don't like, right? Words are exactly the same. They have friends and they also have enemies. Okay, let me give you an example. So you have the word homework, right? So you make or you do homework?
We do
homework.
So we say,
We do homework.
yes, okay, good. So we say that do homework is good collocation, while make homework is a bad one. We say that do and homework are friends, and we say that make and make and homework are enemies. Let me give you another example. Okay, so money, you make money or you do money?
Make.
Make money. Make,
Of course, you
Make.
make money.
okay, so make
We
money
make
is a
money.
good collocation, while do money is a bad one, right? Okay. Party. Whenever you have a party, you do a party, you make a party, or you give a party.
Do.
Make.
No, you don't do.
Make.
You don't make.
We make a
You
party.
give. You give a party. Can you
We give a
imagine?
party.
You give a party. Okay, so do a party is not correct. Make a party is not correct either. Give a party is correct. Okay. Now, what? Okay. Can you think of other examples? What else?
Sandwich.
Not what?
Sandwich.
Yeah. You okay? You do a sandwich or you make a sandwich?
No, I make a sandwich.
You make a sandwich. You make tea, right? You don't do tea, for example. Anyway, this is called collocation. So you do what with a candle?
You light a candle.
Excellent. You light a candle in the dark, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a good collocation, right? I would like you to keep it in mind because we're going to go to it more often than not. Okay. We can perhaps towards the end of the course, we can have our dictionary of collocations. Okay. Anyway. Okay, I think we have some here. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. We have something called signposts. And signposts, I mean, the word is taken from the word of traffic. Okay, so what are signposts? So these are signs that you see on the road. It tells you perhaps that in 100 meters you will have a hospital on the left. In perhaps 500 meters you have a gas station. Perhaps in a kilometer, of course, you will have to make a U-turn. So these are called signposts. Can we afford not to have them on the road? Can you imagine a road without signposts?
This will be difficult.
It becomes difficult for people to negotiate their way through using a car, of course. So they are very important. So do they help people? Do they guide people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
So I would like you to take this analogy. We're making a comparison between a road and a piece of reading or a piece of writing. Can you imagine a piece of reading where you don't have help from the writer? And what kind of help would a writer give us? He can give us signposts. He wants to tell us, for example, that he is concluding the whole thing. He is going to say goodbye to us. But you have words or phrases like to sum up, to conclude at the end when all is said, and done? Have you seen these expressions before?
I've heard of them.
You have read them, right? In passages. Okay. So what do they tell you? They tell you that the guy is finishing off his argument. When you have something like to start with, first of all, what do you expect?
Beginning of what he's telling us.
Yeah. The writer is starting his argument, right? When you have words like first, firstly, secondly, thirdly, lastly, finally.
Yeah, there's several points.
Excellent. There are several points. There are steps that the writer is taking, explaining something. So these are called signposts. Okay, Gamam?
Very clear.
Okay. And sometimes we call them transition words and phrases. Perhaps the word transition words and phrases transition words and phrases are more familiar to you, right? Okay. So firstly, secondly, thirdly, these are transition words or phrases, or these are signposts. What do they indicate? They indicate that we have a sequence of events. Sequence means sequence means a chain of events. Okay, where you have a beginning, you have a middle, and perhaps you have an end. Right?
Yeah, right.
So I would like you to be always on the lookout about signposts. Whenever you see them, you need to stop and say, okay. So the writer is using this signpost in order to indicate what? Is he telling me to keep reading? When you have words like, or a phrase like, for example, the word or the phrase, for example. When the writer uses for example, what do you expect him to do?
He will give me an example.
Excellent, absolutely. Like, what's your name again?
Wisal.
Hmm?
My name is Wisal.
Wisal, like Wisal is saying. So if we have the phrase for example, we expect the writer to give us examples, right? Good.
And even he will talk about the chronological.
Okay. When he say in addition to
there is
that,
addition point to talk.
Yeah. It means he's trying to say stop, don't go away yet, right? I still have a lot to say about this point.
Yeah, he haven't finished yet.
I haven't finished yet. Okay. When he say on the one hand, and after a while he says on the other hand, this is what he's trying to do. What?
Maybe he's comparing.
Excellent. He is making a comparison. Comparing and contrasting. Yeah. So again, you need to be on the lookout about these things. They are very important, and they can make your reading more intelligible, more smarter, and you're not likely to lose anything if you, look for them if you're reading something. Or at least when they come, you need to reflect on and think about them. So what is it that we're having now? We're going to have 2 more coming of age ceremonies. Okay. One is called Sweet 16, and it is in the USA, and the other is in Korea, and it's called Song Nyung Sik. Excuse my Korean. Do you have people who speak Korean in class? No Korean speaking people? But at least nowadays people are interested in Korean soap operas, right?
Yes.
There's
Okay.
so many young childs they care
Yes.
about this K-pop thing.
Okay, so let's go all the way to the back of the book and read the script. Okay, we're almost there. I'm sorry. Where is that? Okay, I think we're here. Okay, this is the one. Yeah, okay. Can you see that? Ella, go ahead. I would like you to read. Let's start with the Sweet 16 and then we move on to the other festival. Start with Sweet 16 first. Can we do that? Is it clear enough?
No, I cannot read the last of the sentence.
Okay, let's see. How about that? You need to also make the effort. Okay, I think it's clear now, right?
What page is it? What
It's
page?
it says 185 according to my version. Hello, are we done?
Yes.
Okay, can we talk about, let's talk about Sweet 16, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Wisal.
Okay, Usal.
Sweet 16 is a festival. It's in America, but also in Mexican, you know. In Mexican, it's called quinceañera, but in American, it's Sweet 16. It's about the girl when she comes 16, they do a party for her, and
Okay.
And in the party, she danced with her father. And finally, everybody watched a video for her.
Okay, and at the end, everybody watches a video. Oh, okay. No, okay, thank you. Can we have somebody else? Thank you, Usal.
Yes.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Faisal. On the day of the ceremony, the girl lights 16 candles. The candles represent 16 important people in her life, like maybe father, friends, sister.
Yeah, very good. Yes. Okay, thank you, Faisal. Okay, let's move to the second one. Song Myung Sik. Can somebody? Did you read it already?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Who's that?
Mustafa.
Yalla, go ahead, Mustafa.
It's okay. When the boy reached 20 years,
okay,
they congratulated him of becoming an adult. Okay.
Okay.
And he dresses 3 times. At the third time, the guest wishes him a good luck and health and a long life. He drinks from a special cup and bows that to the guests.
Okay, interesting. That's it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, where are we? In the second one, where are we? The second festival is in Korea. And it is exclusive to whom?
The boys only.
The boys. It is exclusive to boys. Okay. Nice thoughts and nice ideas.
But it's kind of weird that the boy changed clothes 3 times.
Perhaps because every time he changes his clothes, he gets a piece of advice, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's move all the way to.
And he gets a new name.
New name?
Yeah.
Oh, that I didn't know. Okay, thank you for the tip. Okay. Can you see those rituals?
Yes, we can see.
These are examples of ritual. Can you see this guy who is kind of moving around with what is it? A cup of incense, I think, بخور ولا حاجة, and he's moving around. Okay, and sometimes in certain cultures they give presents, right? Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's move on to something very interesting and easy, which is identifying singular and plural. Identifying means that you recognize when something is singular and when something is plural. And it's very important that we're talking about something, because when we talk about singular and plural, we talk about nouns. And nouns are names of human beings, names of things, right? Remember, ideas. Okay, you don't have a verb that has singular and plural, for example, right? So, what would be the easy way to identify a noun as plural? What is it that people normally recognize? By having the S at the end, right? You normally have an S, and its variations or variants. The S can be only an S, can be ES, and it can be IES, depending on the end of the
last.
So normally at the end of a word, you add an S. So does it apply to all nouns?
No, it don't apply to all nouns.
We have exceptions, right?
Yeah, we have exceptions.
You have different
maybe like children.
Yeah, when you have child and children.
Child and children. Yes.
You don't say childs.
Yes.
What? So,
Man and men.
raise your voice. I'm not sure I can hear you. Anyway, you have man and men, woman and women. You have foot and feet. You have, I mean, obviously the list is big. I can always share something later. Okay. What do we have here? So we have joining sentences using after and before. Okay, so whenever you have the word joining, it means that you. So what is it that we normally join? And why? Why do we join words?
Join a group or team or.
Yes. Let's focus on language, on the language, and why and how people join. What is it that we join? We join words. When I say Ahmad and Ali, so obviously and is the joining word. Ahmad and Ali. Mona or Salwa, or you have the word or, right? Right? So you have
right.
Yes. You have whether or. Whether you like it or not, he's not coming to the party. Whether or. Neither nor, wala, for example. So these are joining words. And why do we use them? Sometimes we use them on the level of words in order to join words together, and sometimes we use them to join sentences together. Why would I join sentences together? Why? Why do you think people join sentences together? No.
To complete the meaning of the sentence.
Yeah, what's your name?
Selwa.
Salwa. Salwa is doing an excellent job explaining why sometimes we have to join sentences. We have a line of thought and we're trying to have it completed by perhaps joining two sentences together. Otherwise, the part of the meaning is going to be missing. Let me give you an example. When I say in the morning, can I say in the morning and full stop?
No.
What do you understand when I say in the morning? Okay.
Should continue.
Yeah, right? So in the morning, so you need to have something joined to this part so that you can have a sentence. In the morning.
Yeah, to complete the meaning.
Yes, in the morning I go out with my friends, perhaps, right? Can I say after I met him and full stop? After I met him?
No.
No.
So, you find yourself asking, after I met him, what happened, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so joining sentences together is designed or is meant to help us understand the full picture or the complete picture, if you like. Okay. So how do you join sentences? Do you simply, if you have two sentences, you put them together and you drop the perhaps the full stop of the first sentence and that would be it? Let me, I'll give you an example. Let me perhaps use this facility that we have here. It's an interesting one. Can you see that?
No, we are not.
No.
You
We
can't.
No, we can't.
You can see a whiteboard. Whiteboard, everyone.
Look like it's
No,
a
I'm
private
not.
website.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Just wait. So what is it that you can see now?
Nothing.
Download.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
It's showing a message that something went wrong.
Okay. No problem.
Everything is
Teacher.
Can you kindly wait? Perhaps I need to go out of this first, and then. Yeah, I'm waiting for something to load. Okay. Is it the same? Nothing?
Yeah, the same, nothing.
Okay. So obviously.
Yes, it's showing the same message. Something went wrong.
This part is not supported by the system, perhaps. Let's go back to the book. Okay. We're back with the book. Okay. Right. Can I use? What I'm trying to say, if I say, let me give you an oral example. When I say, for example, I met Ali. What do you think of this sentence? It's a sentence and it's a good one. And then you have a full stop. Okay? And then the second sentence is Ali is a teacher in my school. And then another full stop. I met Ali, this is a full sentence, and then you have a full stop. And then Ali is a teacher in my school, another full sentence, and you have a full stop. Okay. So they make sense on their own rights, right? If each one of them makes sense. And if I say them after each other, they would make sense. Can I join them together? And why? Why would I join them together? Because obviously the two sentences have something or someone in common. Ali is the object of the first and the subject of the second, right? So how do people join these two sentences together? I'm giving you options. Should I drop the full stop of the first sentence and then put the second sentence and that would be it? Yani I met Ali. Ali is a teacher in my school.
No,
Come again, please.
No.
Maybe you can put a comma.
Not even a comma would be possible.
Conjunction.
Remember, these are two full sentences and they have two full meanings, right?
I put after, right?
Which means that dropping the full stop and putting the second sentence without doing anything is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
if I do that, I'm committing a mistake or I'm making a mistake, and we have a name for that. The name of this mistake is run-on sentence. Run-on sentence. Okay? Right. This is not acceptable, right? So what do people do? Okay, they use what we call conjunctions.
A comma and conjunction.
Conjunctions. Conjunctions are words like when, and, What else? You have and, you have or, you have so, you have but, right? You have after, you have who, which, whom, right? Are you familiar with these conjunctions?
Yes.
Okay. You don't just leave the sentence as is and you say, listen, this is how we join them together. We drop the full stop. No, it doesn't work this way, right? Okay, fine. We'll have more, inshallah, on conjunctions and on how to join sentences together when we meet again. We're going to stop on this note and with this item. I would like you to keep reading the rest of the theme, and we can always use the group in order to further the discussions and come up with ideas. I'm hopeful that you have enjoyed the class as much as I have. And I'll see you, inshallah, next week. So somebody had, we have 2 minutes for questions, or perhaps 5 minutes.
I have a question, Doctor.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there any group for the class or?
Yeah, we already have a group.
I don't have it. Can I have it?
Can we help her join the group, Jama'ah?
Yeah, me too. I don't have the group.
Yes, please. Can you share the link in the chat?
There's no chat here. That's right.
Let me see if I can. The chat is enabled. I don't know why you're not getting. You're getting that. Perhaps there is something that I should do. Perhaps next time. Type. What other suggestions would you give before we leave the class so that you can have the link of the group. First of all, you can share your numbers here, but let me stop the recording because we don't need it anymore.
Is the group on WhatsApp or where?